Yeah, 1750, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score there. Yeah, that's the rapid one. 500 games for opponent. I've done just over 800, I think it is. 819 now. Okay, let's just stick to principles, challenge the centre. Let's get the bishop up. It's more of a d4 game now than a reti game. So I've got this, knight down, then pawn up. Yeah, let's just go c3 just to stop the knight down. Then I've just got to decide which one of these to push. Okay, he comes forward, so probably bishop up. So I'm going to stick to simple moves here. Just develop the bishop. I can drop back, I can go forward, I can trade. So we've got options. Let's play the bishop right up and hit the knight. Just threatening knight forward, which we can still do. I like the idea of knight forward here. See if he chooses to take. Okay, he does. So I assume we just want to take with the bishop. I don't see any real benefit to taking with the pawn. Let's just take, prepare to drop back. Bishop down would actually blunder bishop takes knight, so it's just a type of move to be aware of, but my opponent should be aware of moves like that. Okay, so do I want to allow this anywhere? Or I can take, I can drop back here. Trade, knight takes, pawn takes. It'll mix it up a little bit actually. So whether I want to encourage this here, let's do that. Let's drop back this way. So we might end up losing a pawn here, but it'll really break the pawn structure up. So we'll just come all the way back. Oh, he takes that way first. But now I can take his bishop. So I'm going to be the one who takes the bishop. If he takes you, obviously I'll have to take back. It's whether I want to throw f4 in. Oh, he's blundered a pawn though, hasn't he? He just moved silly fast for some reason. So now I've gained a pawn. I can afford to lose a pawn. So I've got knight across to come here, or I can throw in f4. But I think I'm going to play knight across. He just moved really quick for some reason. But okay, knight across. If I lose the pawn now, it's not so drastic because I've gained a pawn. I can afford to lose a pawn. I just still need to get castles though before I try and get adventurous. Okay, so he's chosen to take. So what do we want to do here? I guess I just have to take, don't I? He'll take the knight first, or he should. Okay, so I don't think we're going to castle. I think we're just going to step the king forward here and play rook across. Rook down should be good. He doesn't do that either. He's suddenly playing rather quickly. After a slow start, he's suddenly going very quick. Oh, it's actually... There's barely any games on the account, even though it's a year old. That's slightly unusual. For a year-old account, there's hardly any games on it. Okay, he's come forward. I was trying to see if I can avoid trading the rook, but I don't think I can. So I'm going to trade. I'm going to bring this rook around and just try and get it into play somewhere. Slow and steady does it. Now I'm going to try and push a pawn here. I mean, he could just trade and trade. It's not really a thing. I'm just trying to find a way to break forward. He's played rook up, but that might allow me to push here now. If he takes, I've broken his pawn structure, so he'll have to move his rook and I'll take him. But I might be able to do this and create an outside passed pawn further, and he'll have to move his rook, I think, and... Oh, he's taken. Well, that breaks his pawn structure up. So he's gone this way. Yeah. This is a little bit... Let's push forward. He's going to get a passed pawn here, isn't he? He'll push up. Oh, if he pushes up now, can I take? He's got rook takes. But then he's got the pawn anyway, so I'll have to take. But take, check, up, takes, takes, takes. Here. Yeah, I think I've got to take with a pawn. Okay, he's taken with the rook. So here, he can still check. I assume I need to get my king out of the way. But it's dangerous running away from this. What about coming this side then? let's go here. If rook across here, but I don't want to repeat if I can help it. So here, back here, back here. Yeah, let's step the king forward. And now I've got rook across. If takes, I take. But I'm not sure I can create anything. So here, down, take, take, and I guard. I'm going to risk this. Yeah, it's a little bit suspicious, this game, the way he's playing it now. He's not stopping and thinking at all, is he, on most of these moves, but he was at the start. There's a change in the way the game's being played. So I'm a little bit concerned about this one. Let's just push forward. I'll review it a lot more carefully after the event. Here, what does he do? Let's just go here. I was going to push the pawn up. He's got a check. Maybe I'll shuffle. Yeah, that's what he's gone for. So here or here. If he checks, that would be good for me. That would just be winning. So if I go here, the problem is I cut my king off. Here, it's probably not good on principle. So here, check, block, take, take. I don't see any way for him to break through. So I think rook across is a move if he checks. It's whether he does. Okay, so I think I've got rook across here, and I don't think he can afford to trade. But I'm not making any progress. I think he just simply moves out the way. Okay, let's play it. I don't think he can afford to trade here, but I could be wrong, of course. Oh, he has. So how does he make progress here? If I step up, he goes here. I'm actually losing, aren't I? I've miscalculated here. I have to concede ground and push here to deal with this. At some point, I have to hope he loses moves. If I push here, though, trade, he can go after both of my pawns, and I'll just be on his outside pawn. That's going to be bad. But if I can check here, maybe, and drive him back, I can come up. Oh, he's pushed there. But if he goes here, is he actually still winning? Oh, he's pushed. Well, that's a mistake. That gives me a protected pass pawn. That should just settle it now. It should do. Eventually, he'll have to concede. I can distract him with this and collect two of them. That should be winning now. So I need to leave this back now. So I think he's gone wrong. Here across. Here. Yeah, I can go here and fix this. Ideally, I'd leave it as far away as possible, but I can fix this and he has to make a move. Here, I push. Here, I push. Here, I queen. I take, he comes back here, 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 and I should win the pawn. So I think this is the right move. I think this is winning now, but I might be wrong. But I think I can distract him. Now, can I go here first? Either of these take here, here, here. He can only guard the pawn here. I go here and he has to concede now in the pawn. So here, here, here. Same thing, yeah, just take the pawn, it's winning. Okay, so hit the pawn. Now he has to concede and I can take next move. So I just want to be on a square where I can get out of the way. He doesn't have a check, so I want to be on a light square just in case. But yeah, it's very, very odd how he's played this. It might not actually be winning here. This might not be winning. Here, down. I have to come here. He'll have to stop me coming into the corner. It's probably a theoretical draw, this, so I have to just check. Yeah, there's something not right with this game. You can tell some of these games, there's something not quite right here. There's something not right with this one. I don't see how I get my king further in. Oh wait, he's let me in the corner. He's just blundered the game. A very unusual game. He's just blundered it. Okay. I'll just go here. Okay, that's checkmate. Let's go and check this one. A little bit of an unusual game. That's what it felt like. Let's see what it was in engine speak. Okay, 75 moves. They're the move times for both players. I'm sure it was a theoretical draw at the end and he's just made one slip. That game felt a bit unusual to me, but I could be wrong. Of course I could. Of course I could be wrong. I'd always rather be wrong if I'm ever suspicious about any player than be correct, of course. But yeah, it's completely flatline level here, isn't it? Completely flatline level, and there's just been one mistake. One mistake. So the end game was actually winning for me with correct play. It wasn't actually actually, maybe this is where it is. That might be where the mistake is. Let's just check it. Let's just check. But we're basically flatline level the whole way through, right the way to move 41. Okay, there's a little blip here. A little blip at move 9, but otherwise we're level till move 41. So what's the engine said? We played 97% versus 90% accuracy, CPL 7 and 20. It's just the way it was played, it just felt a little bit unusual to me. I know I've got better figures there than my opponent. Obviously I won the game, so there's a blunder somewhere, but it just felt a little bit unusual, especially like there seemed to be a change in the speed and of play, but it could be just my imagination. Of course it could. Any occasion when you're suspicious, you could always be wrong, of course. So here I should have taken the knight first instead of dropping back. Oh, that's right, he blundered a pawn here, but it wasn't actually flagged as a blunder, was it? So here should have played knight into c4, hitting the pawn. And of course if I drop back you can take a pawn. I just missed that. But here, yeah, he moved too quickly. A lot of these moves are being made really quite quickly. And it just felt like there was a change. Indeed, I should have played f4 here instead of knight to f3. I was considering that, but I've not castled. It's a very committal pawn structure you're going for, so I just played knight across. But then suddenly I thought, yeah, there was a bit of a change in the quality and speed of play. The speed of that, I'll check it a bit more off camera. I won't say too much on camera. If I ever am really suspicious of any accounts, I always check them off camera, not on camera. So let's just see here. But you can see the engine's not flagging any issues from either side. There's literally no issues from either side. There's not a lot of moves you can make, to be fair. But this is where there's a blunder flagged here on move 43. So we'll just quickly flick through, but there's not much else we can do here. We're just trying to find a way to maneuver. Okay, it's still completely flatline level, yeah. Completely flatline level. Oh, and he should have pushed this pawn first to force these two off. And then, can I actually defend that? You see, because the idea is if these all go, the black king is going to get across first. But if I can come close enough to the king, I can box you into the corner. I think that's what the theory is. That's why it's a draw. And that was the blunder that lost the game. So from this point on, it was winning with correct play. And it's not flagged any mistakes at all from us, has it? Not flagged anything wrong. So I've played the game as well as I could play it. I've calculated it as well as I could. But then in this position, I suddenly thought, oh, is he actually quick enough here that he's got a theoretical draw? Here, I went onto a light square just so if my opponent did queen, it wasn't with a check. So that's why I went onto a light square here. And I'm just trying to maneuver here. So it's saying actually there's a forced checkmate in 8 moves here. There's a forced checkmate in this position. How the heck is there a forced checkmate here? What's the engine lines? Because it's not flagging any mistakes by me, but it's still saying there's a forced checkmate. The mate in 7, I have to bring my king forward here. Or queen to d2 is still a forced mate. So let's just leave the engine on as we flick through these. And these are the 2 engine suggestions. So I need to bring my king in a bit closer. But it's still saying it's okay to check. But in this position, of course, that's when I jumped into the corner. Then I'm definitely stopping the pawn. So it was more in these positions here when I'm thinking, how do you get a forced checkmate here? Well, that's the phone ringing there. I'll just have to end it there. But it is what it is.